Welcome to the first video in this series where we dive into some of the top technical support issues that we see here at iPro. So let's go ahead and jump right in. And before we do that, let me introduce our guest speaker, Mustafa. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for iPro?
Yes, of course. Thank you for having me here. My name is Mustafa. I work at the technical support team. I am the tier 3 engineer and I handle most of the critical cases that comes in from our integrator and customers.
Great, thanks, Mustafa. Appreciate you being here and agreeing to do this interview. I think what a lot of people out there don't know is that iPro has a ton of tools and resources for them, like FAQs, troubleshooting tips, VMS tips, and also our YouTube channel. But with that being said, what is one of the top things that you see from the technical support side that you see where our integrators, partners, and end users might be able to troubleshoot themselves and fix that upon themselves?
Yeah, that's a great question. We do get a lot of inquiries from the customers and the integrators. So one of the most common questions that are coming up is with the ActiveGuard. We know a lot of people are using ActiveGuard, and we have about several tickets that are commonly used or commonly asked questions. So we have FAQs that answers a lot of our questions that the end users or the integrators comes into like most of the time. So for example, for ActiveGuard, there's error code 11. That's something that comes across a lot of times. So mostly, if you just go into their FAQ, type in error code 11, you'll be able to get an article that explains to you the problem and the solution and best practices. So you'll start with the problem description, explaining to you what it is, gives you an answer of gives you an image of what it looks like, the error that you face, gives you an answer, gives you best practices, something that will help you understand why this is happening and how I can fix it. Now, we also have a lot of questions relating to installations and post settings, or post configuration settings. We have YouTube videos. YouTube videos you can access for a lot of different type of issues, and that channel is called iPro Technical Support. In our iPro Technical Support, you'll be able to use the keyword just to search out based on what issue you're trying to find. So for example, if you type in ActiveGuard, you'll be able to find installation guides, and also like configuration guides that will help you see visually on what to expect and how does the setup look, giving you a basic general idea.
Yeah, it's great information. And so, for those of you out there watching, go out and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Worst case, you have access to more information. Also, go ahead and favorite that FAQ link. It'll give you a quick access to that as well. So, with that being said, what is another topic that you see often in support where people can solve their own issues without having to wait on hold or call somebody?
Yeah, so we have other topics that comes in very quite frequently are called the camera settings, or like want to change or able to configure bulk settings on cameras. So a lot of customers and end users, they like to go and can cameras individually, but they're unaware that we have a tool that does bulk. It's called the ICT tool or the iPro configuration tool. We have it available on our website. It has a YouTube video as well, has guides and how to download and how to configure things like that. It's basically one tool that can do all for your cameras that you install. It's a great tool for end users as well as integrators as well. We have uh, we have YouTube videos that kind of gives you an explanation of what the tool looks like and what it does. You can start from configuring the cameras from the IP addresses level to username and passwords, and then you should be able to do that based on the cameras on your network. And then also you can also change the configuration settings based on what type of preference you have, resolution, frame rate, the VMD, which is the video motion detection areas, all that kind of stuff. You can enable it from one tool. You don't have to go in separate cameras in one by one. So this is something that we don't get tons of calls based on the tool. We get tons of questions based on those camera settings, and they're not aware that we can do it with that one tool.
Yeah, it's an excellent point. The ICT tool is a great tool, and people really love it once they find out about it. But I think it's wildly underutilized because it can save a lot of people a lot of time. Go out and look at that tool. Let us know if you have questions. Um, so Well, I think we have time for maybe one more. Do you have any other thoughts or topics that you see often that people can, solve their own issues?
Yeah, so we do get a lot of questions about image quality because they buy a lot of our cameras, and a lot of times they expect to see that different type of image quality, but they see it something else. So, for example, we get questions relating to, for example, distortion, and it can be based on a vehicle or any type of fast-moving object, and they're seeing that there's some image quality where they're missing that person or is very fast enough to not capture the proper image. So if you go under our FAQ, which and under the troubleshooting notes, there are articles that tells you based on the image distortion on shutter speed. So if you type in based on distortion on shutter or distortion on the keyword, it'll give you information of your, the scenarios, what happens, and how to improve the quality to get that type of, to mitigate that type of image distortions. Now, we also get questions relating to, let's say, ambient temperatures. Now, ambient temperatures, and a lot of people are unaware that environment can cause different type of focusing issue or any type of image quality differences. Now, we have articles on our FAQ, which you can type in as ambient as a keyword to find that article, gives you enough information for you to be able to understand what type of environment you're putting the camera in. What would you see, for example, like how would the image quality come to you based on that sets of temperature? And we also get questions relating to focus. Now, focus during day and nighttime can be different, and a lot of people ask, why are my focus adjustment different from day and night? We have articles on our iPro page as well under the knowledge base. You can type in focus adjustments, and it'll give you several articles related to focus adjustments. Now, it gives you enough information for you to understand what type of settings are recommended on daytime, what are the settings that are recommended on nighttime. That way you understand that, okay, this is the exact reason why the autofocus issue happens. It's not based on a camera issue, it's based on basically the environment and how your camera needs to adapt based on your setup.
Yeah, these are great topics, and I could see how this could really help somebody in the future understanding where those resources are. So, Mustafa, thanks so much for being here, sharing your experiences and your expertise. For those out there, I hope you like this video. We're going to do some more videos like this with different topics. If there's something specific that you want to see, or other types of videos, let us know. We may dive into some more advanced topics as well with you at a different time. But thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.